Good afternoon and welcome to Tiger Stadium here in Stratford as the Stratford Tigers coming into this contest with a 2-0 conference record, 5-1 overall. They are playing host to the Marathon Red Raiders coming into this contest 1-1, 5-3 overall. These are the two teams that usually battle it out for the Marywood Conference South, and it's not going to be any different this year either, as Auburndale is leading the conference with a 3-0 record, 5-0 overall. Stratford, as I mentioned, 2-0 in conference, 5-1 overall. Edgar is 2-1 in conference, 5-2 overall. Marathon, 1-1 and 5-3 overall. Assumption, 0-3 and 2-6 overall. And Newman Catholic, 0-3 in conference and 0-5 overall.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And
welcome to Tiger Stadium.
as I mentioned, Marathon has had a winning tradition. They've gone to the state tournament 6 times and actually won the state title 3 times out of those 6, and state runner-up back in 2009. Stratford went to state back in 1989 and when it was Class C, and actually they were state champions in Division III in 2019 as they beat Markinsan 9-4 that year in 2019 with Marshall Lehman being the head coach and winning the state title. Other games today in the Marywood Conference in the Southern Division: Auburndale is at Newman, Edgar is at Assumption in the north, Phillips is at Chequamegon, Athens at Abbey, and Prentice is at Rib Lake. And there was a game yesterday as the Abbey-Athens game was moved to Athens, and Athens defeated Abbotsford Colby 10-3. And just coming up shortly here will be the playing of our national anthem. As I mentioned before, that both of these teams have had experience at the state tournament. Last year, Marathon finished with an outstanding 21-4 record last season. They did get beat in the regionals against Auburndale, losing 1-0 last year. And this year, starting out now with a, what did I say?
Is the pitcher number
5-3 record, and their last ball game they defeated Edgar 5-3 for Edgar's only conference loss. They did beat Greenwood 12-4, and Chequamegon and Rib Lake they beat up in the northern part of the conference, and they've had some really tight games against Michigan 5-2. They lost to New Richmond 5-3. And so Stratford coming off a 10-0 win over Gilman last week, and now playing Marathon. The game that was rained out from yesterday will now be played in Marathon on Thursday, as they play back-to-back games, and they will be up at Abbotsford on Friday, April 25th, to take on Abbotsford Colby in a contest at 4:45. The Marathon game will be at 4:45. I will be here with the Stratford girls. Will be playing as they are taking Almond Bancroft on, who is ranked number 2 in the
head coach for the Cardinals.
Division. I'm trying to think. Division 3. Division, Division 3
starting lineup for your Stratford
state rankings,
Tigers.
and they're ranked second. And then Bangor is coming in on Friday, so we'll have both of those games here on Zaleski Sports. With me is John and Ryan today doing the production. I'm Mike Steinwegner, and we're just about to start shortly here. And leading off for the Marathon Red Raiders is leading off, and pitching is Cody Ratke. He was an honorable mention all-conference pitcher last year for Marathon. Batting second, playing shortstop, true thirds. Batting third is the catcher. He was all-conference second team last year, Cal Quintans. Batting in the cleanup spot, the center fielder, Drew Wolfel. Batting fifth, and DHing for Quinlan Kunkel, who is playing right field, is Charlie Ehlert. Batting sixth is a third baseman, Evan DeBoer. Batting seventh and playing first base, Owen Krauser. Batting eighth and playing left field, Grant Selber. And batting ninth and playing second base, Ian Shuda. The Red Raiders are coached by Steve Warren. Actually, he's the senior coach. Between him and Dick Iverson up in Rib Lake, have been around for a long, long time. Steve starts his 26th season. He has 429 wins, 156 losses in his career, all at Marathon, and was inducted into the WBCA Hall of Fame in 2019. So we're just about ready to get started here. As out on the mound for the Stratford Tigers is the freshman phenom, Christian Ream, as he is on the front cover of Zaleski Sports magazine this week, as he had a 12 strikeout game against Athens earlier in the season. And he will be pitching and DHing in the number 6 spot. Defensive-wise for the Stratford Tigers, out in left field, Jack Remus, Jack Tubbs in center, and Matthew Shanefoos in center. And at first base, Orman, Haupt at second, Spindler at short, Kuhlman at third, Brady Berg catching, and Christian Ream. And we're about to start here, as from the windup, and the pitch is high for ball one. And leading off is the pitcher, Cody Ratke. Ream gets a sign from Berg, and right at the letters, catches the outside corner for a call, strike one. Ratke leading hitting .321 on the season in the leadoff spot with 6 RBIs. Next pitch comes into Ratke for a ball 2-1. Ream has just been outstanding this year. As his 3 starts he's got 3 victories. Next pitch comes in just inside. From the windup, and the pitch. And ball 4. As Ream lands up walking the leadoff hitter, Cody Ratke. And bringing up the shortstop, True Thurs. Thurs batting in that number 2 spot, and he's hitting .368, leading the Red Raiders this year. He's walked 12 times and has 4 RBIs. Left-handed hitter from the windup, and just high for ball 1. Pitching-wise for the Tigers, as Christian Ream has started 3 ball games. He's thrown 13 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned run average of 2.15 on the season. He's walked 7, struck out 28 in those 13 innings, and he's hit 3 batters. So, outstanding season for the young freshman for the Stratford Tigers. As Berg goes out to talk to Christian, get their signs straightened out. Marathon, not much of a team to steal this year. They've only got 9 stolen bases so far in 8 ball games this season, so not really much speed. Next pitch comes in, call, strike, right at the knees. Ream working out of the stretch. Thurs gets set in the box. Wind up and the pitch. And just misses the outside corner. Counts now 3-1. As Thurs is having a little problem, or excuse me, Ream is having a little problem trying to find the plate today. Wind up and the pitch and running. And ball 4. So Ream lands up walking the first 2 batters in today's contest.
Number 2, Cale Quaintance.
And Cale Quaintance now, the catcher, batting in the number 3 spot. And Cale is hitting 333 on the season. With 4 RBIs on the year. And Berg goes back out as head coach Drew Spaeth goes out to talk to Christian, making sure they get their signals right. And they got a runner, Marathon's got a runner at second, so they don't end up stealing the signs from catcher Brady Berg. And Quinton's now the right-handed hitter. Christian gets a sign from Berg from the stretch. And throws back over to second and gets back and gets away from Spindler, but not far enough for Ratke to advance. Beautiful day here. Game time temperature was 59 degrees. And the wind's just not as windy as it has been here at Stratford. Winds are at 11 miles per hour, gusting to 17. First pitch comes in, it's high for ball 1. Nice clear day, as they're talking near 70 tomorrow. And, of course, we don't have any ball games on Wednesday. So, but it might be a good day to get out on the golf course. Who knows? And next pitch comes in, and a call strike to Cal. Counts now 1-1. We're in the top of the first inning here at Tiger Stadium. And a pitch upstairs. These two teams actually tied for the conference title last year, splitting their games against each other. Next pitch just inside. 3-1 count. Christian thought he had a strike there, thought he caught the inside corner. From the stretch. And the pitch. And a shot over to Haupt to Spindler. And throws it past Spindler over into left field. And a run will score. That'll be a throwing error on the second baseman, Colton Haupt. And Ratke will score the first run of the ball game.
Now batting, number 11.
So all it took was Marathon with 3 batters, and they get the first run on the board. Thurs goes into third, and Quinton stays at first, but a throwing error scores a run. And a wild pitch. Or a pickoff over at first, and it gets away from the first baseman, and scoring a run. The second run is Thurs. And going to second is Cal. So a throwing error. So 2 errors. Very costly for the Stratford Tigers, as both runs are unearned. And next pitch comes in for a strike. 0-1 count on a cleanup hitter, Drew Wolfel. As the pitch just catches the outside corner. Wolfel hitting .320 this season. Drew was an all-conference basketball player in the Merriwood South this year. outstanding ball player. He's a junior. He'll be back next year. In fact, I remember watching his dad play at UW Marshfield many, many years ago when I was doing the PA there. So, a lot of athletic talent in that family. And just misses down low. Count now 1-2 to the center fielder, Drew Wolfel. As Christian gets a sign from Berg. And the pitch. And down low. Bounces away from Brady Berg, but not far enough for anyone to advance. Runner at second, that is Quintens. Ehlert, the DH, coming up in the on-deck circle. And the pitch up high. As Christian had him 0-2, now the count 3-2. Here in the top of the first inning. And Marathon leading 2-0. Christian from the stretch. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout called Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never happened. And bringing up now the DH, Charlie Ehlert. Ehlert on the season, hitting .235 with 1 RBI. And the first pitch comes in for a call, strike one. Runner at second, 1 down here in the top of the first inning. From the stretch. And the pitch. Just misses the outside corner. Evens the count at 1-1. Both of these teams will be in the sectional and regional group this season. Next pitch down low, ball 2. As both Stratford and Marathon will be in that Augusta sectional in Division 3, along with Augusta, Boyceville, Cadott, Chetek, Weyerhaeuser, Colfax, Elk Mound, Fall Creek, Glenwood City, Owen Withy, Thorpe, Regis, Stanley Boyd, and Tomahawk, all in that sectional bracket. And regionals will be starting May 29th. So if you think about it, we're only about a month away from the tournament action starting. 3-1 count. Ream with the pitch. And a call, strike 2. Just catches the outside corner. Full count now, 3-2. To the designated hitter, Charlie Ehlert. With Evan DeBoer on deck. And fouling off and staying alive. The field does have a few slippery spots in it with the rain that we had. They had about an inch and a quarter here in Stratford the other night, and they put some diamond dry on. So, but I walked out on the field, and the grass is a little squishy between home plate and pitcher's mound. So you're going to find a few spots that you may see a little water come up. From the stretch. And a swing and a miss, and that is another Jamie Wenzel strikeout called Jamie Wenzel Surf Pro from the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro like it never happened. So the second strikeout now for Christian Ream.
Now batting bringing number 4.
And that will be Evan DeBoer coming to bat. And the pitch. And bounces in front of the home plate. Knocked down nicely by Brady Berg. We have 2 down in the top of the first inning. And Marathon leading 2-0 on 2 unearned runs. Here in the first inning. 2 errors by the Stratford Tigers. And the Tigers have been pretty, solid all season long here, defensive-wise. But 2 errors costing them 2 runs here early in the ballgame. Ream from the stretch. And the pitch. And a fly ball out to left field That's out to Jack Remus. Jack camps under it and caught for out number 3. So after giving up 2 runs, Tigers settle down a little bit and get the next 3 batters. And coming up with Marathon with 2 runs on no hits, 2 errors, and 1 man left. So after a half inning of play, it's the Marathon Red Raiders 2 and the Stratford Tigers coming to bat. And you're watching Marywood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
And we're back here at Stratford. I'm sitting here playing with my papers, looking for my papers, and all of a sudden I get hit in the back here, and guess what? You're back out in the air. So we're back here. It's bottom of the 2nd inning. And these 2 teams, like I mentioned, met last year, and they split last year. As the first game back on April 15th of last year was here at Stratford. And Stratford shut out Marathon 4-0. In fact, Marathon only had 1 hit in that contest. And Marathon won at home, with putting up a 6 spot in the bottom of the 4th to win that contest 12-8 last year. And leading off for the Stratford Tigers, their leading hitter, Jack Tubbs. And Tubbs having an outstanding season here. In fact, he was Player of the Year 2 years ago here in the Marywood Conference. And Underwood was the Player of the Year last year in the Marywood Conference. Jack is hitting .647 on the season, as he's got 1 home run and 6 RBIs. He has 15 stolen bases, so he is a threat on the bases. And it's a ground ball to the shortstop. Throws over to first in plenty of time. As picking that one up is True Thurs. Gets it over to Krauser for out number 1.
Number 2.
Coming up now, the shortstop, Riley Spindler. Spindler on the season, having a great defensive season for the Stratford Tigers. And Riley is the 2nd top hitter on the team, hitting .533 this season, with 6 walks and 6 RBIs. And he's 8 for 15 on the season this year. And the next pitch comes in for a ball to even the count at 1-1. 1 down here in the bottom of the 1st inning. As I mentioned, these 2 teams have battled it out year in and year out for the conference title. Next pitch comes in high for ball 2. Radke from the stretch and down low. Another pitcher that I've seen working out of the stretch with nobody on, and I've seen a lot of that here this season, where they feel a little more comfortable going out of that stretch. There's less motion, and Spindler gets hit. And so with 1 down here in the bottom of the 1st inning, Stratford gets their first base runner.
Now batting, number 3, Vance Kilman.
And third baseman Vance Kilman up for the Stratford Tigers. And Kilman is hitting .316 on the season. Right-handed hitter. And just misses. Spindler with a very sizable lead over at first. He's got about a 4-step lead. Stratford's team here pretty much everybody in this lineup is a threat to steal. Big lead. Ooh, and that breaking ball just missed by Radke. And coming up after Vance here is cleanup hitter Brady Berg, the catcher. Radke looks over at first, throws over to first, and Spindler head first slide back into first base in plenty of time. Stratford on the season and fouling off and back by the fans. As a team, the Stratford is hitting .340 as a team. They've had 45 stolen bases. They've only struck out 13 times on the season in their first 6 ball games. They have 56 RBIs. They've put up 70 runs in the first 6 ball games of the season. And a shot over to third. Out at second. And double play. Taylor made 5-4-3 double play. Gets Marathon out of trouble, and the Stratford Tigers will come up with no runs on no hits, no errors, and no one left. And after 1 inning of play here at Tiger Stadium, it's the Marathon Red Raiders 2 and the Stratford Tigers nothing. And you're watching Merowith Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Nuts Deep 2, a Marshfield favorite for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, pizza, omelets, sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. How about appetizers like loaded tots and super nuts nachos? 14 large TVs to watch all your favorite games. Plus, entertainment and event space for groups large and small for your upcoming parties. Nuts Deep 2 again, awarded Best Burgers and Fish Fry in Marshfield. Nuts Deep 2 on South Central Avenue in Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North in Spencer.
Now batting.
And we're back here
Number 4,
at Tiger Stadium.
Brady Berg.
And Brady Berg. Oh, they called him safe at first on that play. They have actually appealed that, so. And Berg with a shot out to right field in the power alley, and that's off the wall. And coming around. And Berg with a stand-up double. And coming in to score is Vance Kuhlman. As they landed up appealing that play at first base.
Now batting.
And
Number 20,
the home plate umpire had said he was
Barba.
safe. I guess his foot was off the bag. So the Tigers do come up. Goodness, I used pencil instead of pen. And so Kuhlman will score on Brady Berg's double to make this a 2-1 ball game. And now batting is first baseman Jagger Orman with Brady Berg at second in scoring position. And the pitch is down low for ball 1. 1-1 count here with 2 outs. So I guess an announcer's mistake here that I thought it was a bang-banger myself and figured it was a double play. And a shot out to right field. And going back to make that catch is Kunkel, as he had to go to his left on that and made the catch. So now we can say it's the end of the first inning, but with 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. So after 1 inning of play, it's Marathon Red Raiders 2 and the Stratford Tigers 1 here on Zaleski Sports. And it's brought to you by ShedsDeliver.com.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
And we're back here at Stratford, where Ream is now warming up as Berg was at second. So, and leading off for Marathon, who scored 2 runs in the first inning, leading off for him will be Owen Krauser, the first baseman. As the last 3 batters that Christian Ream faced, he seemed a little more comfortable than he did with the first 3 batters. And so the Tigers get a break and land up scoring a run on Berg's double in the right center field power alley that went all the way to the wall.
Number 21.
And leading off,
Krauser.
Owen Krauser. As Krauser on the season is having an outstanding season, hitting .261 for Marathon. He's got 2 RBIs. And the first pitch comes in, ball 1. As Christian gets a sign from Berg, and down low, blocked nicely by Brady Berg. From the windup and the pitch, and a ground ball back to Ream, steps, throws, out number 1. So goes 1-3, so first out. Bringing up the left fielder, Grant Selber.
Now batting, number 15, Grant Selber.
And Selber on the season hitting .130 with 3 RBIs on the season. He's played in 7 contests this season. Right-handed hitter. And a ground ball as Ream slips. But in plenty of time to get him at first base. As Ream got into that little, it's like a slippery mud type of thing, and lost his footing, got his composure, picked it up, took his time and threw and got him by a step and a half. So back-to-back outs here with shots back to the mound. Brings up the number 9 hitter, the second baseman, Ian Shuda. Infinity Exteriors, installing peace of mind, roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. We guarantee quality you can trust. And strike 1. So 1-1 count to Ian Shuda. And catches the outside corner for a call. Strike 2. One and 2 count on Shuda. Left-handed hitter. And down and back to the backstop. When buying or selling, Brock & Decker Real Estate is the team you need by your side. Brock & Decker has all the tools you need to feel confident in selling or buying. Call Sammy or Sue today or visit them on North Central Avenue at brockanddecker.com and like them on Facebook. And a call, strike 3. And a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. That is the 3rd strikeout. Jamie Wenzel at Surf Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. So 3 up, 3 down for Marathon in the top of the 2nd inning, as they come up with no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. So after 1.5 innings of play, the Marathon Red Raiders 2 and the Stratford Tigers 1. And you're watching Merriwood Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
And we're back here at Stratford, where the Stratford Tigers are down 2-1 here at the bottom of the second inning. The friendly staff at Sweat's Country Mart in Blanker serves up a large selection of food made to order daily, like fish fries, chicken dinners, and awesome pizza. Drive in today on County Road P, just off of Highway 10 in Blanker. And leading off for Stratford will be the DH and pitcher, Christian Ream, as Christian on the season is hitting 143 for the Stratford Tigers. Right-handed hitter. And from the windup. And a call strike right at the knees. As Cody Ratke from the stretch. And the pitch. Ooh, curveball just missed. Ratke on the season has pitched in 3 ball games. He has a 2-1 record overall. He's pitched in 16 1/3 innings, giving up 20 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned. He has a 2.14 ERA, so it's the two aces going against each other in this contest. Pop-up back against the screen, catcher, and makes a great catch for out number 1.
Now batting, number 10.
As Ratke has walked 8 batters this year and struck out 21. So great, fine season by Cody Ratke. And batting now is the number 7 hitter, Colton Haupt, the second baseman. And first pitch right at the letters for a call strike. And Colton on the season is hitting .077 for him. Working out of the stretch is Ratke. Pitch comes up high for ball 1. 1-1 with 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Great day for baseball. Few clouds in the sky, but it's a nice sunny day. About 58, 59 degrees. Next pitch, changeup. As it froze Hulp there for a call, strike 2, 1-2 count. Ratke gets the sign and the pitch. And a call, strike 3, as Colton is caught looking. That's the first strikeout for Cody Ratke today. So 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. And the left fielder, Jack Remus, as Jack is batting 278 on the season with 5 RBIs. Right-handed hitter playing left field for the Tigers. From the stretch, Ratke. And the pitch. And takes a changeup. Ground ball to short. It's bobbled. And gets them in time as Thurs bobbled a little bit, kept his composure, picked it up, and threw Remus out at first for out number 3. So just like Marathon, who went 1-2-3 in the second, the Tigers go 1-2-3. So after 2 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers, the Marathon Red Raiders 2, and the Stratford Tigers 1. And you're watching Marywood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Josh Sparks, owner of Infinity Exteriors. 9 out of 10 brand new roofs can't pass a simple manufacturer warranty inspection, meaning 9 out of 10 brand new roofs have no warranty. Infinity operates on principles instilled in my Marine Corps service: honor, courage, and commitment. Infinity is meticulous craftsmanship, unbeatable quality, and always at the best price. Infinity buys more, pays less, passing those savings directly to you. We're booking new roofs, siding, and windows. Call today.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Arbor Vantage Tree Care provides professional tree services in central Wisconsin, from tree removal and pruning to stump grinding to consultations. Whatever your tree needs, Arbor Vantage is your complete tree care partner. Contact them today at arborvantage.com or like them on Facebook.
Cody Radke.
Leading off for Marathon, leadoff hitter Cody Radke. Cody walked his first time up and scored on a throwing error as he scored the first run for the Marathon Red Raiders. And pitch comes in for a call strike. Working out of the windup, Ream, and foul ball. Brady Burke hoovered over that ball, and he thought, what's it going to do? I didn't know if he figured it was going to roll back fair. It was actually about 3 feet foul when he picked it up. And the pitch. And a fly ball out to right field, going back and coming in and making a catch at the knees is Matthew Shanefoos, as he got confused a little bit, but that's what you do. You go back first and then come in, and that's exactly what Matthew did, and had to put on the afterburners to make that catch. But he gets Cody Radke with the first out. And coming up now is the shortstop, True Thurs. True walked back in the first inning and scored the second run. And the first pitch to True is a ball. Ream catches the outside corner for a called strike one. 1-1 count. Left-handed hitter, True Thurs. And fouls it off. Makes the count 1-2. Here in the top of the third inning, this game moving right along. Ream gets a sign from Berg from the windup and the pitch. And a call, strike three, and that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Jamie Wenzel, Surf Pro, for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. And that is strikeout number 4 by Christian.
Cale Quaintance.
As Cale Quaintance, who got out with a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Right-handed hitter. And he went around as he tried to check his swing, but momentum just carried him all the way through. Steve Warren, yes, he has been coaching a long, long time for Marathon. I remember back when I was umpiring, one of the nicest coaches you ever want to meet. In fact, we were in the dugout for about 10 minutes before the ball game, and both him and I are big Oak Ridge Boys fans. And he has actually seen over 80 concerts in his lifetime with the Oak Ridge Boys. I mean, talk about a true fan. So, but, yeah, just wonderful man to talk to. And, yeah, he was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame back in 2018. So, yeah, just a great young man. In fact, like I said, he's one of the senior coaches in the central Wisconsin area. Ground ball up the middle, base hit for Cal. So the catcher gets his, and that is actually the first hit for the Marathon Red Raiders in this contest, as we will have a courtesy runner.
Now batting, number 11, Drew Waffle.
We'll check to see. As number 14 for Marathon, now pinch running. That would be Taylor Underwood, the freshman. Courtesy running for Cal Quintance. And Drew Wolfel, who struck out swinging first time up. From the stretch, Ream delivers. And a swing and a miss for the fastball. From the stretch, down low, nice stop by Brady Berg. 1-1 count. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors who sponsors this broadcast. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be broadcasting this. So thank you, sponsors, for sponsoring. And Wolfel with a shot out to left field. Gets the second hit for Marathon. As he got it all, driving a pat between the third baseman and the shortstop.
Now batting, number 7,
Underwood
Charlie
goes into
Ellert.
second base. And Charlie Ellert, the DH, who struck out swinging back in the first inning. Runners at first and second for Marathon here in the top of the third inning. And a fastball. Catches the inside corner for a call, strike one. 2 down here in the top of the third inning. Ream with the deliver. And just miss. When you need a fill-up or your tank or your vehicle's tank, in Stratford, the place to go is Telschow Oil, BP marked for gas or a quick snack before you hit the road. Fuel up at Telschow BP on Highway 97, Stratford. And the next pitch comes in for a ball. Count now 2-1 to Charlie Ellert, the DH, right-handed hitter. Ream from the stretch. Runners at first and second here in the top of the third. And a call strike right at the letters. Evens the count at 2-2. We've got all twos across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Marathon with 2 runs. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Called Jamie Wenzel Surf Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Surf Pro, like it never happened. Well, Marathon came up with 2 runs after 2 were out, but could not advance them, as Ream gets Elhart the strikeout for strikeout number 5. So, after 3 innings of play, it's Marathon 2 and the Stratford Tigers 1 here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
And we're back here at Stratford Stadium as the Stratford Tigers are down 2-1 here in the bottom of the third inning. To the Marathon Red Raiders. As I mentioned, these two teams have battled back and forth for years for the conference title, and Auburndale is right in that race also. Jay Anderson doing a nice job over at Auburndale. The rankings should be coming out this week for the boys' rankings. I know the girls' rankings came out last week, and so the boys' rankings should be coming out this week, and we'll have those for you. And leading off for the Stratford Tigers in the bottom of the third inning, the right fielder, Matthew Shanefoos. As Shanefoos hits a shot out to center field and starts the inning off with a base hit, takes that first pitch and drives it to center field. And back to the top of the batting order and the dangerous Jack Tubbs.
Number 7, Jack Tubbs.
As Shanefoos was hitting .308 on the season. And let's see if... actually, Shanefoos has stolen 4 bases already this season. As a throw over to first base, and Shanefoos gets back. So, like I said, anybody on this Stratford team is a real threat to steal Shanefoos with about a 4.5, 5-step lead. And going down on a delay steal, and the ball flying away from the second baseman. That would be Shuda. But as I said, Shanefoos with a stolen base. And puts the Tigers in scoring position here with Jack Tubbs at the plate. First pitch came in for a ball to Jack. Radke getting the sign from the stretch. And the pitch. And down low, ball 2. Matthew Shanefoos at second base. As Radke steps to the rubber. Good size lead by Shanefoos out at second. Shuda playing close to the bag. And the pitch. And a drive out to center field and going back. And making the catch, and Shanefoos tagging at second. As Jack hits a drive out to center field and caught by Drew Wolfel out there. But Matthew Shanefoos tags and goes to third as Jack did his job of advancing that runner. And now with one down is the shortstop, Riley Spindler. Riley got hit by a pitch first time up back in the first inning. Radke from the stretch, tying run at third for the Tigers. And the pitch. And a call strike. Fastball right at the letters. We'll see a lot of this Stratford team this year because we're going to be doing American Legion baseball, and Tigers had a great season last year in Class A Legion ball last year. And a ground ball. And Tubbs takes off, scores, and short hop by the third baseman. That's going to be a throwing error on the third baseman. And Riley will get credited with an RBI with that.
Vince Kuhlman.
And ties this contest up as it was DeBoer short hopped at the first, and first baseman Owen Krauser could not come up with it. And now coming to the plate for the Tigers is the third baseman, Vance Kuhlman. Big lead by Spindler over there. Throw over. And Spindler back in time. Vance got on with a fielder's choice as he hit one to the third baseman. And that's when the question was that if it was a double play or not. And Tigers landed up scoring. And a swing and a miss by Vance. For strike one. 2-2 ball game. Here in the bottom of the third inning with one out and an 0-1 count on the third baseman, Vance Kuhlman. With Brady Berg on deck. Radke from the stretch. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss. A foul tip into the catcher's glove. A lot of people don't know when it's a foul tip into the catcher's glove and it's a clean catch. The ball is still live yet. But if it falls out of the catcher's glove, the runner cannot advance. It becomes a dead ball automatically and it's considered a foul ball. But it turns out a lot of people don't realize that you can, when he foul tips it off, that ball is still alive. And there goes Spindler. And Spindler is in. safely with a stolen base. As that is the second stolen base for the Tigers in this contest, all coming into this inning. And as I mentioned, Stratford has stolen close to 30 stolen bases already this season. And a swing and a miss. And Keelman goes down on strikes. And that is Radke's second strikeout in the contest for out number 2, bringing up Brady Berg, who had an RBI double back in the first inning. Left-handed hitter Brady Berg. Few colleges looking at him, and I know UW Stevens Point is looking at him, and also Winona State is looking at him, but he's still got 1 year of high school ball yet. He's only a junior. Should be the starting quarterback for the Stratford Tigers next season. Brady with kind of an open stance from the stretch. And outside to Brady Berg. 2 down. And runner at second, that is Riley Spindler. Radke from the stretch. Looks at second. And the pitch. And Berg fouls it off. As I mentioned, these two teams have battled back and forth. In fact, Stratford had 45 stolen bases coming into this contest. All last year, they only had 59 stolen bases, and they were only cut down twice. This year, they've been cut down once. And a wild pitch, and Spindler will advance to third on the play. As that pitch by Radke was not even close. As catcher had no chance to get to that. Cal tried for it, but there was no way. It went back to the fence, and Spindler goes into third, standing up. And ball 4 to Brady Berg, as Brady is on for the second time. And bringing up Jagger Orman.
Now batting, number 20, Jagger Orman.
And Orman, who is a .375 hitter with 9 RBIs. So, good person to have up in this situation with runners at the corners. Berg with about a 5-step lead. Radke steps off the rubber, and Berg heads back to first. Spindler at third, Berg at first, 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. Radke from the stretch, and the pitch. And a call, strike 1 right down Main Street. Brady with about a 5-step lead. Radke looks over from the stretch. And the pitch. And a call, strike right at the knees to Jagger. Jagger flew out to the right fielder last time up, back in the first inning for the third out of the inning. 0-2 count to Jagger Orman. And Berg. And gets caught in a rundown here. And a double steal as Berg took off for second, stopped halfway, and Spindler, once Berg stopped, Spindler took off, and he had no problem, and the throw came into the home plate, and wasn't even close, and Berg goes into second with a stolen base, so a double steal by the Stratford Tigers produces their third run of the contest, and gives the Tigers a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the third. Working out of the stretch is Ratke, with Orman with a 0-2 count. And down low, a nice stop by Cal behind the plate there. Brady did a great job of how that play is supposed to be. When you take off, you stop to give that runner a chance to score from third base. And time was called by Orman. 1-2 count on the first baseman, Jagger Orman. And a ground ball. The Thurs throws over to first, down low, and picked up nice by Krauser at first for out number 3. But the Tigers come up with 2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left. And so after 3 innings of play here from Tiger Stadium in Stratford, it's the Stratford Tigers 3 and the Marathon Red Raiders 2. And you're watching Marywood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
A&B Process Systems has been a proud member of the Stratford community since 1973. You can find your next career in engineering, welding, and more at A&B Process Systems. Our campus also includes our exclusive Factory Acceptance Testing Center with full-service testing capabilities to ensure that your equipment will perform to your expectations. Visit A&B Process Systems on Facebook today for more information.
And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. As I mentioned, these two teams battle year in and year out for the conference title. Let's go back to last year. Stratford and Marathon tied for the title last year. In 23, it was Marathon. In 22, it was Stratford. In 21, it was Stratford and Edgar. And in 20, we had the COVID year. In 19, it was Stratford. In 18, it was Marathon. In 17, it was Pittsville, back when they were in the Marywood Conference. And then in 13, 14, 15, and 16, it was the Marathon Red Raiders. So these two teams, like I said, have battled it out back and forth year in and year out for the conference title here in the Marywood Conference. This season, Shawamigan is leading up in that northern division. I think they're 2-0 or 3-0 in conference. So a balanced conference up in the north. And leading off for Marathon will be the third baseman, Evan DeBoer, as he is hit with the first pitch. And Marathon gets the leadoff hitter on. That, I think, is for Stratford. That pitching-wise, that is
Krauser.
Oh, let's see. That is actually the 4th batter that Christian has hit this season. And now batting is Owen Krauser, who bounced back to the pitcher last inning. Snap throw down the first, off the glove of the first baseman, and rushing in to get that is Shane Foose, as Orman tried to put the tag down before he had the ball, and it went right off the top of his glove and went out to right field. But Matthew Shane Foose right on top of that to prevent the runner advancing to second. So 1-0 count. Throw over to first. And DeBoer is back in time. Right-hand hitter, Owen Krauser. As I mentioned, he bounced back to the pitcher last time up. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. 1-1 count. A lot of games this week on the Zaleski Network, and find your favorite team, and most likely we're carrying the ball game. As I was talking to my producer up here today, Ryan, they've got him all over the place. He was in the Fox Valleys this couple of weeks, and down to Adams Friendship yesterday, and he's just been all over the place. And I'm here at Stratford. on Thursday and Friday. I'm back in Marshfield on Saturday. Then I go back up to Abbotsford on next Monday, and I've got 5 ball games next week, so I'll be busy. So my wife is actually happy to get me out of the house. So Ream from the stretch and the pitch, and down low, a nice block by Berg. He had a nice talk with Mr. Zaleski, the owner of Zaleski Sports today, on the phone. So we're looking forward to doing a lot of baseball this summer also with Marshfield American Legion and the Chaparrals, and also the Stratford Tigers, who were actually the Class A state runner-up last year. And talking to Drew Spaeth, got a great ball club coming back next year or this year. And of course, Schmidt from last year, he's still eligible yet, and talking to Drew that he will be back this year. So that pitching staff will just be outstanding with Brady Berg, and well, we've got Berg, and we've got Drew Gage, who had a great outing in his only outing this year, pitching 5 innings and giving up 1 hit, no runs. So that was against Wausau Newman. As we're going to have a pitching change here. As they have runners at first and second, and now pitching is number 24 for the Stratford Tigers. That would be, I don't even have, is that Sweeney? Is that Jameis Sweeney out there? Drew Gage. Oh, is that Gage out there? All right. Okay, so we've got Drew Gage at, okay, my program had him as number 19, so we'll have to change this here and give him number 24. So Drew Gage, as I was just talking about, his last outing was against Wausau Newman and had an outstanding start. Pitched 5 innings, got the win in that, and only gave up 1 hit. So as we have now nobody out and runners at first and second, and Grant Selber will be up, and Christian Ream will be responsible for those 2 runners that are out there. So from major collisions to minor dings, Westside Auto Body in Auburndale can get your ride looking like its original self again. Call Tom at Westside Auto Body for a free estimate. Westside Auto Body, professional collision repairs on Highway K in Auburndale. And so Gage is just finishing up his warm-ups. And he's got runners at first and second, nobody down. And coming to the plate is Grant Selber, who grounded back to the pitcher back in the 2nd inning. As Gage works out of the stretch and squaring around and trying to sacrifice him over, but Selber fouls it off for strike 1. As Christian has given up 2 runs. He has struck out 5, walked 2, hit a batter, and has given up 2 hits. And he is responsible for the runners at first and second. As the next pitch comes in for a call, strike 2. Gage getting the sign from Berg from the stretch. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss, foul tip into the glove of Brady Berg for out number 1. Great fastball.
Now batting, number 8.
Interviewing him at last ball game against the Newman. He's working for that number 2 spot in the rotation here. And that outing he had against Newman, very impressive outing by Drew Gage. And So Orman and Gage had a little conference there. Left-handed hitter. As Orman playing up, looking for the bunt. And Ian Shura, who was called out on strikes back in the second inning. And a call strike at the knees on the outside corner. 0-2 count with one down. Here in the top of the fourth inning. And just outside. About letter high, but just outside. 1-2 count with one down. As Orman now playing back of the runner. And ball 2. Drew was ahead of him 2-0. Now it's all even up at 2-2. From the stretch and the pitch. And a call, strike 3 right at the knees. And that is a Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Jamie Wenzel, Surf Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Call Service Pro. And Surf Pro like it never happened. So 2 down here in the top of the fourth inning, and back to the top of the batting order is Cody Ratke. Cody walked and scored in the first and flew out to the right fielder in the third. Right-handed hitter. And he checks the swing. And Berg blocks it. Gets down to third base line about 15 feet or so, but the runner does not advance to third, and that's DeBoer. So we've got a 1-0 count with 2 down here in the top of the fourth inning. Gage from the stretch. And a swing and a miss with a fastball. Fielder's pretty much playing straight away. Gage from the stretch. And the pitch. And fouling it off is Ratke. Marathon threatening here in the top of the fourth inning. Down 3-2 with a 1-2 count and 2 down. Gage sets and delivers. And I don't know if the umpire wanted to ring him up or not, but it looked pretty close. As works the count now to 2-2. Gage. And delivery. And fouled off. As Ratke stays alive here in the top of the fourth inning. Hardly even a breeze out there now. We had some nice winds this afternoon of about 15 miles an hour, but it's actually beautiful out here now. And the pitch. And low and away. And it's full count. It's traveling time. Runners at first and second. 2 down. And the runners will be taking off on the pitch. As Gage gets a sign from Berg. And the delivery. And ball 4 and loads the bases. As Stratford is making this exciting here. Stratford fans on the edge of their seats on this one. And coming to the plate is True Thurs.
Now batting, number
as
6.
True walked and scored back in the first and got called out on strikes back in the third inning. So Marathon threatening here. Left-handing hitter, the shortstop True Thurs. Gage from the stretch. And down low and blocked nicely by Berg. And very good crowd here today. I know that Friday night that we were here had a great crowd, I think, and everybody went for a fish fry after that then. Gage from the stretch and the pitch. And down low and no place to put him here. It's a 2-0 count. on true thirds. As Thurs is hitting 368 on the season. And a pop-up down the third base line, going over and making a catch and banging into the fence is the third baseman, Vance Keelman. As he made that catch, banged into the fence and rolled and came up with it for out number 3, so he stops the threat of the Marathon Red Raiders as his teammates go over and congratulate him. And Marathon comes up with no runs on no hits, 2 walks, a hit batsman, and 3 left on base. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 3 and the Marathon Red Raiders 2. And you're watching Marywood Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
And we're back here. I think these commercials are going faster here. I'm getting nodded here real quick all the time. But John and Ryan doing a nice job up here and keeping me on my toes up here this evening. And leading off will be the DH, Christian Ream, as they put him at a pitcher DH. So this way they could keep him in the ball game when they do take him out and use him as a designated hitter now. And so he will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning here for the Stratford Tigers. As Bruce Orthodontics provides comprehensive orthodontic care for patients of all ages. They are now accepting new patients at their Marshfield office and accept most insurances. At Bruce Orthodontics, they're changing lives one smile at a time. Set up for a free consultation. Still on the mound is Cody Ratke. And the first pitch is called strike at the knees to designated hitter Christian Ream, who actually started as a starting pitcher for the Stratford Tigers and was taken out after the first 2 batters in the 4th inning. Ratke working on the stretch as Ream goes fishing for one way outside. A swing and a miss and strike 2. Ratke from the stretch and the pitch. Just missed. 1-2 count on Christian Ream. Ratke gets the sign from his catcher. And the pitch. And a call. Strike 3. As Christian couldn't believe it, but catches the outside corner, and that is strikeout number 3 for the Stratford Tigers. And Cody Ratke with his 3rd, and bringing up Colton Haupt, the second baseman, and he was called out on strikes back in the 2nd inning. And Stratford, as a team, as I mentioned before, coming into this contest, had only struck out like 11 or 12 times all season long. So good contact hitting team. And Haupt working the count to 2-0. Here from Cody Ratke. Cody from the stretch and the pitch. And just misses. 3-0 count on the second baseman, Colton Haupt. Jack Remus on deck. And the pitch. And ball 4 as Colton works him on 4 straight pitches for a walk as the Tigers get a runner on here in the bottom of the 4th. And the left fielder, Jack Remus, Jack grounded out to the shortstop, True Thurs, back in the second inning. Radke working out of the stretch. Hulp with a lead. And a call strike on the outside corner. As Hulp is a little cautious over there. He's only got about a 3-step lead, maybe a 4-step lead here. Radke looks over at first from the stretch. And the pitch. And a pitch high for ball one. As Hulp has one stolen base to his credit this season. Radke from the stretch looks over at first at Hulp and the delivery and a ground ball back to the pitcher. He had no idea where it was. That's going to be an infield hit. That's a shot back to the mound with an infield hit by Remus. So runners at first and second.
Now batting,
as
number 8.
Radke knocked it down but did not realize which way it went, and he could not find it. And with Remus's speed, you easily beat it to first base. So runners at first and second now. Remus with a big lead at first. Hulp with a big one at second. Radke and trying to lay one down is Matthew Shamefus, who had a base hit. Took the first pitch back in the third inning for a base hit up the middle and had a stolen base and scored. Offers at the first one for strike one. Radke gets the sign from the stretch and the delivery. And Shamefus completely confused on that curveball as it curved right into home plate, as Shamefus thought he was going to get hit with it and ducked and went right across the plate for a call, strike two. Radke from the stretch and a swing and a miss as Shamefus goes down on 3 pitches. And that is strikeout number 4.
7.
And bringing up Jack Tubbs. Jack has grounded out to short and flew out to the center fielder. And Jack's got a 6-game hitting streak on the line here. Runners at first and second. And just misses with a breaking ball from Radke. As the Tigers scored a run in the first and 2 in the third to take a 3-2 lead here against Marathon. And a throw back to second as Radke with that spin move, and Hulp gets back in plenty of time. As Radke from the stretch. And Tubbs fouls it off into the screen. As Coach Kurt Schmidt, head basketball coach here at Stratford, coaching third base, giving Hulp a little instruction there out at second base. Tubbs at bat with a 1-1 count from the stretch. Radke with the pitch. And slow roller to third. Over to first. And a bang-banger. And they get Jack Tubbs at first base as a throw from DeBoer is just in time. And so the Stratford Tigers come up with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. And so after 4 innings of play here from Tiger Stadium in Stratford, it's the Stratford Tigers 3 and the Marathon Red Raiders 2. And you're watching Marywood Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Take your education out of the classroom and give New Spaces a spin. Wherever you are, North Central Technical College is there with flexible learning options, including rolling start dates and 100% online classes. Earn your degree around your life.
And we're back here at Stratford. And as we're singing along with the YMCA here, the next time you shop for insurance, call Brad Krecklau and Ian Pierce, your full-service rural mutual insurance agents in Marshfield. Call 715-384-2826. And no matter what your everyday life looks like, Fleet Farm has you covered at the best prices guaranteed. Auto, pet, bird, farm, snacks, Fleet Farm has everything you need at all the lowest prices. That's Fleet Farm in Marshfield.
Now batting number 2, Cale Quintance.
And coming to the plate for the Marathon Red Raiders is catcher Cale Quintus. And Cale is 1 for 2 on the day. And a ground ball. And it gets away. As we will give him a base hit. He had that beat out. So he goes 2 for 3 here so far. And they are not sure if they're bringing in a courtesy runner or not. And we'll get the glasses out here and take a look. Nope, they're going to leave him in there as the runner. And bringing up center fielder Drew Wolfel as singled and struck out swinging in the contest. Gage from the stretch. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss by Drew. And we're just checking the crowd out there. And next pitch. Just misses. Gage right around that plate. Drew checks the runner at first. And the pitch. And just inside for ball 2. 2-1 to the center fielder, Drew Wolfel. And a shot into the power alley. Picked up by Remus. And the throw comes in. And it's a long single for Drew Wolfel, but Quintus goes from first to third on the play. So now with nobody out and runners at the corners,
number 7,
Marathon threatening here again, as they have threatened in the last 2. This is the 3rd inning in a row that they have threatened. Back on the 3rd inning, they had 2 runners left on. In last inning, they had the bases loaded. And the first pitch comes into the DH, Charlie Ellert, for a call strike, as Charlie has struck out in the first and struck out in the 3rd, going down swinging. Gage, ground ball, up the middle, steps on the bag for 1, and the throw goes wild. And Wolfel is safe at first. Wolfel is out at second on an unassisted 4 on the second baseman. Run scores, so Ellert will get credit with an RBI.
Now batting number
to
4.
tie this thing up at 3. So with 1 down. And double play. As a line shot. And 6-3 for a double play. Gets the Tigers out of it. They give up 1 run on 2 hits. No errors and no one left. So after 4.5 innings of play here from Tiger Stadium in Stratford, we are all knotted up at 3 after 4.5 innings. And you're watching Merwood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
At House of Heating, making your home comfortable is our biggest priority. That's why we offer dependable HVAC solutions and quality work in central Wisconsin. Our pros are knowledgeable in a wide variety of services so you can feel confident in your results. They'll offer the support you need, whether it's putting in a modern HVAC system or working on and maintaining your current unit. Get in touch with House of Heating at 715-384-3163 or contact houseofheating.com. House of Heating, heating and cooling the air you breathe.
And we're back here at Stratford as Riley Spindler comes to the plate here in the bottom of the fifth inning, and we're tied at 3. ShedsDelivered.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish workers. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids, and get more information at ShedsDelivered.com. As Stratford has scored 3 runs on 3 hits and left 4 on in this contest. And Marathon has 3 runs on 4 hits and stranded 6. And a big one back in the 4th inning when they left bases loaded in that 4th inning and came up with nothing. Spindler takes the second pitch, and we got a 1-1 count on the shortstop Riley Spindler. Ratke still on the mound yet and a breaking ball at the knees to Riley Spindler for strike 2. 1-2 count. I figured when these two teams play, it's going to be a very, very close ball game as these two teams are so balanced. And a pitch way outside, knocked down by Cole. And Riley got on with a throwing error by the third baseman, hit by a pitch, and scored back in the 3rd inning. And Spindler with a drive. The left field has got a chance to get out of here. It's gone! As Riley Spindler hits a solo shot to left, and I mean he got it all. And puts the Tigers up 4-3. As that is Riley's first home run of the season, but it helps that average of .533.
Now batting, number 3.
As it gives the Tigers now a 4-3 lead here in the bottom of the 5th as he got it all as the left fielder Grant Selber went going back and he just watched it go over the left field wall. And a drive by Kilman out to center field, Wolfel, and Wolfel makes the catch for out number 1. And bringing up Brady Berg. At least once a game, I will call this gentleman Chris Berg because that's his dad. I know his dad very well. And so Brady comes to the plate, left-handed hitter. And Brady is 1 for 1 on the day. He doubled back in the 1st, walked, and stole a base in the 3rd. And first pitch comes in with a strike on the inside corner. As the Tigers, it puts a little insurance on the board here, taking a 4-3 lead on that home run by Riley Spindler. And Berg follows one off. On the left-hand side here, over towards the parking lot. Glad I didn't park my car over there today. I've had enough damage on my car already this month, so I hit a deer 3 weeks ago, so, I've had enough. And Berg goes down and golfs that one out to center, right to Wolfel for out number 2. And bringing up the first baseman,
Now batting,
Jagger Orman.
number 20.
Jagger has flown out the right and grounded out the short back in the third. Radke looking for the sign. Out of the stretch and pitch. And just misses down low. In high school ball, they do have a pitch limit of 100 pitches. And I don't know what Radke is at right now. But I'm figuring maybe about the 6th inning, we may see a relief pitcher. I know Ream had quite a few pitches in that first inning, so I think maybe he was on a pitch count, and that's why he was taken out. And a call strike to the first baseman, Jagger Orman. And 2-1 count to Jagger with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, and Tigers up 4-3. Next pitch comes in down low for ball 3, 3-1. They're talking a little rain, the next couple of days also. Tomorrow they're talking near 70, so get out and enjoy the nice weather. And a pitch up the middle, and a base hit for Jagger, as Jagger goes 1 for 3 so far today. Nice shot up the middle, and will bring up the DH,
Now batting,
Christian Ream.
number 17.
As we got a pinch hitter, as Trigvi Aschenbrenner will now be coming in to that DH spot for Christian Ream. And Trigvi on the season is hitting .250 on the season with 1 RBI. As a conference out on the mound there by the Marathon Red Raiders. And so we have a runner at first with Jagger Orman and Trigvi Aschenbrenner. Up for the Stratford Tigers. And we are in the 5th inning here, as the umpire gets the homework done, puts it in his pocket. We have 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning here, and a runner at first, and Orman. Tigers taking the lead here in the top of the bottom of the 5th inning with a solo shot from Riley Spindler. And the first pitch into Trigvi Aschenbrenner is outside, as pitcher wants a new baseball. Radke gets a sign from his catcher, looks over at first, and the pitch. And Trigvi, grounder back to first, and Radke underhands it over to first to Krauser for out number 3. But the Tigers come up with 1 run on a solo shot by Riley Spindler on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. And so after 5 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 4 and the Marathon Red Raiders 3. And you're watching Millwood Conference Baseball on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
And we're back here at Stratford. And Door Pro Stratford is your complete commercial and residential overhead door sales and service provider. If you need new garage doors or yours isn't working just right and needs an adjustment, stop and see them on Highway 153 just east of Stratford. Give them a call or like them on Facebook. And take your first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com to see floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new customized home from Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com today and get started. And leading off for the Marathon Red Raiders here in the top of the 6th inning. We have a good one here, folks, as the Tigers lead 4-3 in the top of the 6th inning. And leading off is the first baseman, Owen Krauser. Owen has grounded back to the pitcher in the 2nd and walked in the 4th. And Gage on the mound for the Tigers. And little lazy, helped at 2nd. And beating it out, it was a bang-banger, is Krauser. Krauser gets an infield hit. Great play by the second baseman, Colton Haupt, as he had to backhand that hit and throw a little off balance. And Krauser gets credited for an infield hit. And bringing up the number 8 hitter, the left fielder, Grant Selber. And Grant's grounded out to the back to the pitcher and struck out back in the 4th. And a pop-up. And as we have time, as a little pop-up right in front of us here, and Brady Berg had the wind knocked out of him, as coming in from third base was Kilman, and Berg was going both at the same time. Berg went down, and Kilman came across over the top of him, and so they're out looking at him. Brady's up, moving around. He looks fine. Yeah, I think he just got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. He's a tough kid, I'll tell you, and I think he's going to be fine. So, great play by the Stratford Tigers there, but
now batting,
it looked a little scary there for a minute, but they're both fine. As Kilman came in and one way, and Berg came in the other way, and so they kind of collided there and kind of knocked the wind out of Brady. Gage on the mound from the stretch. And a pitch. Down low. Nice stop by Brady. Krauser over at first on that infield hit. We've got one down and a 1-0 count on the number 9 hitter, Ian Shuda, who has struck out twice today. Left-handed hitter. And Shuda pops one up. And Jack Tubbs coming in, calls everybody off, and takes it for out number 2. And back to the top of the batting order is Cody Radke.
17, Cody Radke.
Cody has walked and scored back in the 1st, flew out to the right fielder in the 3rd, and walked in the 4th. So he's 0 for 1 today. Short lead by Krauser at first. First pitch comes in for a call, strike 1. Gage. And fouled off by Radke. So Christian Reeb cannot get the win or the loss today, as Gage is sitting with a 4-3 lead. And he could pick up his 2nd win of the season here. Looking very effective out there, as he came in the 4th inning with 2 runners on and nobody out, and held them off. And are they going to appeal this? And they're saying he did not go around, as the home plate umpire appeals it, as Radke held up. And the count now 1-2. And 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. Gage from the stretch, and the pitch. And a ground ball to Haupt at 2nd. Throws over to 1st, and in plenty of time for out number 3. So the leadoff hit by Krauser does not hurt the Stratford Tigers as the next three batters go 1, 2, 3. And Marathon comes up with no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left. So after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 4 and the Marathon Red Raiders 3. And you're watching Merriwood Conference Baseball from Tiger Stadium here in Stratford on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Have you outgrown your old furniture? Well, I can relate. Then get into Mall Furniture today. We are never short on inventory, and we are never short on bringing you great deals. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, recliners, lift chairs, and big clearance recliners. Head to Mall, because we got them all.
Mall Furniture and Mattress, West 9th Street, Marshfield.
And we're back here at Stratford. And Structures Unlimited, your fabric building specialist, supports the coaches and athletes in today's game. To find out what a fabric building can do for you, visit StructuresUnlimited.com or stop in their office in the Stratford Industrial Park. And just like these players bring their best to the field, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. From roofing projects to siding, windows, and doors, Ridgetop Exteriors has the winning strategy to protect your home. Visit RidgetopExteriors.com and score big with trusted, local, and affordable service. As Ratke is finishing up his warm-up pitches,
Now batting.
and he will be facing Colton Haupt, who has made a couple nice plays last inning, the second baseman. And Colton has struck out back in the second inning and walked in the fourth, but played a very good defensive game for the Stratford Tigers. As Ratke is still on the mound for the Marathon Red Raiders, working out of the stretch and the pitch, and a pop-up out to right field, and shifting over to his left is Quillen Kunkel, and makes the catch for out number 1.
Jack
As Hope takes that first pitch. And bringing up the left fielder, Jack Remus. Jack has grounded out to the shortstop and has an infield hit to his credit in today's ballgame. And foul ball as Coach Schmidt picks it up one-handed and tosses it over, and he kind of jokes a little bit that he threw his arm out now, so I doubt that. Ratke working with an 0-1 count to Remus, and just upstairs for ball 1. And Ratke with the pitch. And down in the dirt. Picked up nicely there by Cal. Cal's done a nice job behind the plate today. Ratke from the stretch. And a pitch. Breaking ball high. And works the count to 3-1. One down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the Tigers leading 4-3. From the stretch. And ball 4. And so, second time that Jack has been on base. Bringing up Matthew Shamefoods. Matthew had a base hit up the middle, back in the third, stole a base and scored in the third inning, and struck out swinging back in the fourth. Matthew playing right field for Coach Drew Spaeth. Ratke from the stretch. And bunts, lays one down nicely. Ratke throws a one-hopper to first, and staying with it very nicely is Krauser, and gets Shamefus 1-3. But Matthew will get credit with a sacrifice on that, as it sacrificed Jack Remus over to second. And coming up is Jack Tubbs, who is working on a 6-game hitting streak. And Jack is 0 for 3 on the day. He's grounded out to the shortstop, flew out to center, and grounded out to third. And so we've got a runner we've got Remus at second. Ratke working out of the stretch. And the pitch. And a ground ball to the shortstop. And he's safe, and the hitting streak keeps going as Remus almost came close of interference as he kind of held up as Thurs was trying to field that ball. And so with an infield hit, Jack Tubbs continues that hitting streak now at 7. And we are going to have time as Drew Spaeth wants to talk to Riley Spindler. Tigers with runners at first and third. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Riley got hit by a pitch in the first, got in on base on a throwing error by the third baseman and scored, and stole actually 2 bases in the third and hit a solo shot to put the Tigers ahead 4-3 here. And we now have timeout as they're going out onto the mound. Marathon is having a conference out there. And so I'm going to finish with my last commercial here as TRW Auto Body in Mosinee offers top quality collision repair. They'll have your vehicle back the way it was, quickly and efficiently, while also offering 24-hour towing and courtesy loaner vehicles and a lifetime warranty on their work. That's TRW Auto Body in Mosinee, your friendly fender bender mender. And the conference is all over with, and we'll see what comes up with here. As Drew Spaeth had a conference with Spindler, and pitching coach for Marathon went out to talk to Ratke and the rest of them. We'll see what they have. Tubbs with a kind of a short lead at first. I'm wondering if they're going to try that double steal again here, like they did with Berg. And the first pitch comes into Riley Spindler, a breaking ball for a call, strike 1. As that's how Riley scored last time, was that double steal with Berg and Riley Spindler back in the 3rd inning. Ratke looks over at first. Tubbs, and time is called by Riley Spindler. Jack only taking about a 3.5, 4-step lead over at first. Ratke from the stretch, and the pitch, and there goes Jack. And it's cut off by the shortstop. So Jack Spindler picks up his 16th stolen base on the season. And so now the Tigers have runners at second and third with 2 down and an 0-2 count on Riley Spindler. Ratke from the stretch, and the pitch. And Spindler fouls it off to the right-hand side over the first base dugout. As a new ball coming into play here. Spindler sets himself in the right-handed batter's box. Ratke getting the sign from the stretch. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss as Ratke gets the best of Spindler this time. And the Tigers come up with no runs on 1 hit. No errors, and 2 left. After 6 innings of play, it's the Stratford Tigers 4 and the Marathon Red Raiders 3. And you're watching Marewood Conference Baseball here on Zaleski Sports, brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center. The tools you trust from the people you can depend on. Shop the store within a store and find what you're looking for.
That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Now that's what I was looking for. Looks like you found what you're looking for.
We redesigned our store to offer the biggest selection of Milwaukee tools.
A selection so big you'll need a map to find your way out.
Hiller's True Value in Marshfield, Central Wisconsin's Milwaukee Tool Destination Center.
And we are back at Tiger Stadium here in a white knuckler as the Stratford Tigers lead 4-3 in the top of the 7th inning. And the meat of the order for the Marathon Red Raiders, True Thurs, the number 2 hitter, with Cal Quintes and then Drew Wolfill, as both Cal has gone 2 for 3 in today's contest, and Drew Wolfill has gone 2 for 3. So it's their meat of the order coming up for the Marathon Red Raiders here in the top of the 7th inning in a 1-run ball game. And Drew Gage
now batting, number 6,
cruising
Drew
along here.
Thirst.
Drew has given up 1 run on just those 2 hits, as Cal and Drew both had a hit back in the 5th inning. And fly ball out to center field. And for out number 1, as Thurs takes the first pitch and gives it a ride for
Now
out number
batting,
1.
number 2,
Brings up Cal Quintes,
Quaintance.
right-handed hitter who is been on base actually 3 times. He was on with a fielder's choice back in the 1st, a base hit in the 3rd, and a base hit and scored in the 5th. As the first pitch comes in for ball 1 from Drew Gage. Drew from the stretch. And a pop-up into the infield. And coming in is the shortstop, Spindler, make the catch for out number 2. 2 down here in the top of the 7th inning, as
Now
Gage
batting,
has only
number
used 3
11,
pitches here
Drew
in the 7th inning. And Wolfel struck out swinging back in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, and singled in the 5th. So he's 2 for 3. First pitch down low for ball 1. The Marathon Stratford game will be on Zaleski Sports on Thursday, as Stratford will go over to Marathon and appeal on the pitch, and Drew held back for ball 2. These 2 teams will see each other again on Thursday. And a shot out to center field, out to Jack Tubbs, as Drew picks up his 3rd hit of the ball game.
Now batting, number 7.
So the tying run at first, and the DH, Charlie Ellert, who has struck out in the 1st, struck out in the 3rd, and on with a fielder's choice in the 5th. Wolfel with about a 4-step lead. Gage from the stretch and the pitch, and fouls it off out of play. As Marathon has Stratford coming up next Thursday, and then next Friday they'll play a non-conference game with Prentice, and then play Spencer on the 28th, or on this coming Friday. They'll travel to Prentice, and then Monday they'll be at home against Spencer. And the pitch by Gage. And great catch! Whoa, it was tailing away from Orman, and Orman makes a fantastic catch for out number 3 and give the Tigers a big 4-3 win. And Marathon comes up with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. And the final score from Stratford at Tiger Stadium is the Stratford Tigers 4 and the Marathon Red Raiders 3. And coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds, Nasonville Dairy in Marshville, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com. So we'll be having an interview with head coach Drew Spaeth, and we'll have an interview with Riley Spindler also on that, what it felt like to hit that long ball back in the 5th inning to give that Tigers the 4-3 lead. So we'll be back in just a little bit. We'll let Kenny Hyman tell you about Nasonville Dairy, And we'll be back with head coach Drew Spaeth. And you're brought to you by ShedsDelivered.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflatiri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Great. Thank you. I taught her everything she knows.
Don't tell her till I'm done over there. But, I go in her classroom one time because I needed some information from her.
Sure.
She didn't know what I
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauernfeind Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. b-bt.com.
Nuts Deep 2, a Marshfield favorite for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Soup, salad, pizza, omelets, sandwiches, wraps, and burgers. How about appetizers like loaded tots and super nuts nachos? 14 large TVs to watch all your favorite games. Plus, entertainment and event space for groups large and small for your upcoming parties. Nuts Deep 2 again, awarded Best Burgers and Fish Fry in Marshfield. Nuts Deep 2 on South Central Avenue in Marshfield and Nuts Deep 2 North in Spencer. Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Oh, yeah. Nice job at short also today.
Yeah, thank you.
Boy.
Work hard on it.
Cool, it's good. And we're back here at Stratford, where Stratford had and Marathon had just a dandy ball game today. As Stratford comes out on top, 4-3, and you know, Riley, that first inning that you guys had, you know, you gave up 2 runs there in that first inning, but you guys just kept pounding back inning by inning, and did a nice job coming away with this 4-3 victory.
Yeah, it was a team effort. We all played our part. Reem and Gage threw very hard tonight and made enough plays in the field to win. We'll clean that up for Thursday, though.
Yeah, you're going to see this ball club again on Thursday over at their place. And I know last year you guys won at home with an outstanding pitching performance last year, and went over to Marathon, and I think you got beat like 10-6 over there. But each team had 6 hits in today's ball game, and but again, like he says, it was a team effort, and the big blow was actually when they lined up tying it up, and you come along in that 5th inning, and I'm thinking the count was like 2-2. What did you get, a fastball there?
I got a hanging curveball.
Okay.
So he threw a hanging curveball for that second strike, and I was waiting back on fastball, but if I got that, I was going to drill it. So that's what happened.
I'll tell you, when from upstairs, just by the sound of it, I knew it had a chance to get out of here, and it got out of here really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And because the left fielder just kept going, and once he saw it, he just stopped and he says, "No, we ain't getting this one here." But no, a great shot by you and your ball club, and good luck the rest of the season, and good luck against Marathon. I know this kind of puts you in the driver's seat a little bit. I know Auburndale's at 3-0 in the conference, and it's going to be a horse race right down to the end with all three, with Marathon and you guys. But that gives Marathon now his 2nd loss here in the conference, and I think either you go undefeated or one loss is going to win conference.
For sure. The Marywood South is always very competitive in any sport, so we knew that coming in. We just got to run the table now.
All right. Well, I'm going to put you in the house here real quick here, and I'm going to grab Drew Spaeth, or Coach Spaeth, right away too.
Sounds good.
Let me couch you down here. 3, 2, 1.
I'm Riley Spindler, and I'm in the house. There you go.
Thanks, Riley.
Yeah, thank you.
You betcha. Joining us now is head coach Drew Spaeth, and Coach, kind of a nail biter here. You started out slow with giving them 2 runs, 2 unearned runs in that first inning there, which kind of hurt you a little bit. But you guys kept battling back.
Yeah, Marathon's a great ball club. They always have been. Biggest thing is we've always had great games against them. They seem like they're nail biters every single time we play them. So I'm really proud of our boys to not let that first inning kind of kill down their emotion and their hopes. And, we battled hard and we gave ourselves a chance and we were able to come away with a victory today.
I know Christian had that first inning. I don't know if you took him out because of the innings or the pitches that he had thrown so far, but he threw a lot of pitches, even though in that first inning without giving up a hit, and them getting 2 runs, walking the first 2 batters there. But he in that second and third inning he looked very comfortable. And but Drew just looked outstanding again from that Wausau-Newman game that he pitched, and this one here he looked really good.
Yeah, Christian's a young guy. He's got phenomenal stuff. Trust the world with him. He just is a little shaky today, but that has nothing to do with all the great capability that he has. But with him being such a young guy, we just have some learning stuff. And as tough as Oates Marathon are, it's just keeping the ball over the plate a little bit. But like I said, we have all the confidence in the world in Christian. Sometimes we just needed to shake things up a little bit. Drew being able to come in out of relief, he's really taken the step as a bigger pitcher for us this year, and like I said, I can't say how proud I am of him to be able to come in there, throw strikes, and like I said, give us a chance to win that we were able to come out with.
Well, it was a good battle between Christian and also Radke also. And Radke, their number one pitcher, and Radke pitched a nice ball game also.
Yeah, Radke did a really good job keeping us off balance, mixed his curveball really well, and he threw a ton of strikes. And in high school baseball, if you can limit your walks and limit your errors, you're going to be a really good baseball team, and he did a great job of that. I'm just proud of our boys for being able to put out a couple good hard at-bats and give us that chance to come out with the victory tonight.
So you'll come back with Brady most likely on Thursday?
Funny question. Drew Gage will be starting on Thursday.
Okay.
Brady Berg will be in relief.
Okay. So, he still gets his 100 pitches back, right? But now innings-wise, there's conflict of innings. Right?
So there's a pitch count thing that we were really flirting with the line tonight. But we made sure Drew was under his 50 pitches to be able to throw on Thursday, knowing that he typically is more of a starter for us, with Berg being a really good asset behind the dish. But Thursday will be those two boys, and like I said, I'm looking forward to competing another tough game with these guys at their place on Thursday.
All right, I figured, it's going to boil down to about this next 2 weeks because, you've got Auburndale in there. Edgar's playing some great ball now also, and I saw them earlier in the season when they beat Columbus. But it's going to be a horse race in this conference.
Yeah, I think the Marywood South right now is as good as it's been in all of my years of coaching. We got a lot of good, solid teams in our conference, and everyone's got some pretty solid arms that I feel like anyone could beat anybody on any given night. A lot of it will come down to what arms can keep the ball over the plate and make the routine plays defensively with some timely hitting. But like I said, I think our conference is really, really good. It's going to give us all of a test for the playoffs, and looking forward to, battling it out with my team and seeing who can come out on top at the end.
Well, Drew, thanks for stopping by. Good luck Thursday night. I will not see you. I'll be back here doing softball. We're going to get the girls on Thursday, but somebody will be covering you over there at Marathon on Thursday, so good luck on Thursday.
Thank you very much.
You betcha. With me was head coach Drew Spaeth, and again, a very, very fine ball game by the Marathon Red Raiders and by the Stratford Tigers, as Tigers come out on top 4-3 against Marathon Red Raiders. For my producers, John and Ryan, sorry Ryan, I forgot your name, but and Ryan, we'd like to thank everyone for watching. And again, Stratford and Marathon will be on Zaleski Sports Thursday, so tune into that, or you can watch I'll have the girls on Zaleski Sports on Thursday. So have a great evening, and we'll see you later.